The shadow in the fields. I live in a small village in rural Russia, a place where time seems to slow and the nights stretch on forever. The winters are brutal, and the air always feels thick with something I can't explain. There's something in the woods. I don't know what it is, but I've seen it. It started 5 years ago. I was walking home from the tavern one autumn night. The road cut through the woods, and the silence was almost suffocating. No animals, no wind, just a quiet I couldn't shake. When I passed the old well, I saw it, a figure standing in the distance. At first, I thought it was a person, but as I looked closer, I realized it was too tall. Far too tall. Its shape was wrong, its limbs twisted in unnatural ways, like they didn't belong. It was black like a void, absorbing all the light around it. I froze, my heart in my throat. The thing didn't move. It just stood there, watching. I don't know how long I stared, but eventually I ran. I didn't stop until I was back in my house, doors locked tight. I told myself it was just a trick of the light, but deep down I knew it wasn't. The sightings started happening more often after that. Always at night, always near the edge of the woods or the fields. It never moved, just stood there, watching. The villagers talk about it, but no one dares to speak its name. We all know what happens when you do. The disappearances began shortly after. It started small, 1 or 2 people, wanderers who got lost in the woods. But over time, more and more people went missing. No trace, no sign of struggle, just gone. Whispers spread, and the village elders grew quieter, their eyes shifting nervously whenever anyone brought it up. Some say it's wolves, but I've never found a single track. Others say something worse. One night, an elder told me a story. It's an old one, passed down for generations. It's said that the figure is an ancient spirit, a creature that traps the souls of those who wander too far. It doesn't kill them, it keeps them in some dark, endless place. I saw it again last night. I was walking to the barn, and that same heavy feeling settled over me. I looked up, and there it was, standing just beyond the field, tall and distorted, limbs contorted in ways no human body could. It stood still, watching. I could feel its gaze like it was waiting for me. I don't know how long I stood there, frozen, but I ran as fast as I could, back to the house, slamming the door behind me. I haven't left since. It's still out there, waiting. I don't know how much longer I can stay here. If you ever come through our village, stay on the road. Don't stray. There's something in the woods, something tall, something dark, and once you see it, you'll never be the same.